And guys, the place kind of feel cool. But guys, producer not there, you understand? So, I have to do it without him. You understand? But we are kick off with the motorcyclist. Motorcyclist killed in Manchester crash. Bike missing. So, we don't understand. The man killed, but him bike missing. And it's from the Jamaica Observer. Police are investigating the death of a motorcyclist following a reported crash on the Silent Hill Main Road in Manchester on Friday night. The victim has been identified as 34-year-old Rakesh Harrison, otherwise called Rocks, a pump attendant and a resident of New Forest, Manchester. So the motorcyclist killed and him bike missing. Let me see if I can show a picture because the producer on the day tonight, so I have to just work with what I got. But it a come from the Observer still. So see him there. You understand? Yeah, them crash on the people, them look at him stole his bike. You understand? But I go see it so good. But yeah, we're there again, and we are going in live same way. You understand? And then people, remember we carry the news there, we carry it already. And we know say the soldier was not killed by any hoodlums. He was killed by his own member. And now the truth as told, the truth came out. Yeah, the truth came out. And it says that ex-cop suspected in murder of JDF soldier arrested. And it is EJ, the soldier that was killed in Denham Town in Kingston. So now a policeman has been taken to custody for his death. Because the people them did I say them not believe the report when he was killed. That he was killed by members of gangs. Based on the report given to the investigation team by his fellow men that was there with him. This young soldier's life was cut short. But I sure to say, we have to be careful out there. The Bible says you did not just own the arms of facial failure. So this is the youth we are talking about. See him there? He was killed by his own members. And remember when I bring this news, I say he killed under certain circumstances. You understand? So now the truth finally came out, and a police officer, ex-police officer, has been taken to custody and charged. And we have good police on the force, not all of them bad. So you still have to respect police. You understand? But it's sad to say that this ex-soldier just went in the military, in the Jamaican military, and he was killed by his own police officers. His own person who was there to help him took his life out. And I want to say congratulations to the Jamaica Constable Force for their hard work. And I mean, it takes a little while, but the police them finally cracked the case. So enough respect to the Jamaican Constable Force. Even though he was killed by one of their own. You understand? And to the mother, my deepest condolences to the mother and to the family and to his colleagues in the JDF. Because this young man should have still be here, but his life was cut short by his own persons that surround him. That's why you have to be careful of who you work with. You understand? Because sometimes who you work with, let them fight you. And them take out you quicker than anybody else. But to the young soldier, that life was cut short, I hope your family find peace and rest. But I hope the person who took your life out shall never rest. He should be bitter for the rest of his life, uncomfortable. You understand? Because he sacrificed for a nation, he sacrificed to serve the country. And he went out there and they put him in a violent area. And they planned his death. They set him up and they took his life out. And then the news say ex-police officer arrested for the soldier murder. So you see how the police they don't want to try to do it? Or his colleagues, I should say. The colleagues make it look like say, yo, are the man them in the ear in the town do the killing when they knew that they were the one that done it. So what them do now, them gonna take out 2 innocent youth out of the area who look like bad boy then. And make it look like say them do the killing. And then now when after them take out 2 innocent youth now and put it up on Instagram or TikTok, then you're going to have our Jamaican citizen who not like criminal applauding the police for their act of taking out an innocent life. Because remember, the citizen knows how innocent somebody police them killing her. But because the police them want to close the case so quick. But you see, I have to give God thanks to the hardworking detective them we have in the Jamaica Conservative Force. Because when the incident occurred, and the report and the statement that the soldier give to the investigation officers, I said, no man, this not add up. Oh, the soldier for just dead. And then vice note sent so quick. Nah man, this can't add up. This suspicious. So, enough respect to the hardworking detective them and the case to crack it so fast, you understand? And I know the mother must feeling good hearing that somebody had been charged. I mean, somebody had been arrested in her son death. So the suspect in the murder of a Jamaica Defense Force soldier in Denham Town, Kingston last month has been arrested. And we want to congratulate the police again for their hard work. But we're going to go over to another news and come back over to this thing, because this guy, he should have still been here. And I keep on saying that because he didn't deserve his death. You understand? If he was killed by a bad boy, I would say nothing much, but he was killed by his own colleagues. You understand? But now we're going to go over to Kamina Johnson Simit. And she representing Jamaica right now. So, just gonna look at
I extend Jamaica's congratulations on your election to the leadership.
So this is Kamina Johnson, Foreign Affairs Minister.
To the successful execution of your mandate for the 79th session. I also commend your predecessor, Ambassador Dennis Francis of Trinidad and Tobago, a fellow CARICOM national, for his successful tenure. We, the member states of the United Nations, are all facing the same world of multiple and intersecting challenges. The great difference between us, however, is our capacity to meet, withstand, and recover from the shocks they bring. If there is one realization that we must share, it is that these challenges cannot be solved alone. They can only be addressed through multilateralism, diplomacy, and international cooperation. Mr. President, Jamaica is a small island located in the second most climate vulnerable region in the world. We emerged from a brutal history of slavery and colonization, achieving political independence a mere 62 years ago. Until recently, most of our independent history has been characterized by high levels of poverty, debt, and unemployment. But as we chart a course towards sustainable prosperity, we are determined that these characteristics will not define the Jamaica we bequeath to future generations. Against the odds, Jamaica has been building our resilience. Our macroeconomic fundamentals today are stronger than they have been at any time over the past 50 years. Our credit ratings have been upgraded by international rating agencies, and our fiscal credibility has improved. Jamaica is now an attractive destination for investment. Over the last 10 years, in spite of the pandemic, we have more than halved our debt-to-GDP ratio, significantly reduced our poverty rate, brought unemployment to historic lows, and increased our minimum wage by more than 100%. Our management of the economy has created fiscal space that has allowed us to invest more into social welfare, national security, health, and education. Through our national broadband network project, we have increased internet penetration to 77% and internet user penetration to 85.1%. We're closing our domestic digital divide, providing more and better services online. We've also embarked on Jamaica's largest ever expansion and upgrade of infrastructure, using a mixture of pure budgetary financing and public-private partnerships. Mr. President, these advancements have been hard-won. Our effort has required social, political, and international partnership, measured policy, and strategic management. Even as we acknowledge the sacrifices made to enable our achievements, we recognize that many of our successes can be easily eroded by exogenous shocks, including climate change, which we view as a clear and present danger to humanity. As a small island developing state, Jamaica is severely affected by higher temperatures, warmer seas, sea level rise, and the increased intensity and frequency of natural disasters. Hurricane Beryl, which impacted the Caribbean in July this year, was the earliest Category 5 hurricane on record. Beryl resulted in the dislocation of families and communities, along with significant damage to infrastructure, houses, schools, and farms. Damage was most severe in our agricultural belt, wiping out crops, killing livestock, and triggering knock-on effects on higher food prices and inflation. Our new climate-smart agricultural practices were no match for the hurricane. Her winds took the panels for solar-powered irrigation pumps and flattened 70% of our greenhouses. We experience almost a half of every year in the uncertainty of a hurricane season. Natural and climate-based disasters continue to set back efforts to attain the SDGs and realize sustained inclusive growth and development. We've therefore sought to strengthen our ability to respond to and recover from such disasters through a risk-layered approach to disaster response financing. Jamaica, therefore, has significantly increased resources to our contingency fund and the National Natural Disaster Reserve Fund. We've established the National Disaster Fund, triggered by measured impact on GDP, and become the first small island developing state to independently sponsor a catastrophe bond. Additionally, we participate in the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility. These mechanisms, however, Mr. President, do not reduce the occurrence of disasters, nor prevent the disruption, dislocation, and destruction that they cause. It bears repeating that no country can combat the effects of climate change on its own. Jamaica, therefore, affirms our unwavering commitment to international cooperation to counter the negative impacts of climate change and to the pursuit of climate justice. We urge the major polluting nations to honor their commitments under the Paris Agreement and to meet their finance obligations. Furthermore, we welcome the adoption of the Antigua and Barbuda Agenda for SIDS, the ABAS, at the 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States. More particularly, Jamaica endorses the call for a redoubling of international cooperation and action to accelerate mitigation and adaptation. All countries must maintain the target of limiting global temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius through enhanced NDCs based on the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. Allow me to pause here to congratulate the government of Antigua and Barbuda for successfully hosting the conference. Jamaica calls on the UN and international financial institutions to adopt a new climate finance goal at COP29. We further call for urgent and accelerated mobilization of international action and resources. This includes the full and effective operationalization of the Loss and Damage Fund to address issues of responsiveness and scale that are most critical for SIDS. Mr. President, Jamaica welcomes the adoption of the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index. We call on our development partners, including multilateral development banks and other international financial institutions, to urgently examine the index and commence its use. Rather than considering GNI alone, it takes into account the structural and environmental vulnerabilities of SIDS. Its use by MDBs will better align access to and terms of financing with supporting these countries' developmental needs. Jamaica also commits to advancing dialogue and cooperation with stakeholders in the international capital markets to adapt their operations to the vulnerability resilience profiles of SIDS. Improved access to development financing is fundamentally critical for SIDS, which are particularly off track in attaining the SDGs. Mr. President, the SDGs were adopted by leaders as a universal clarion call to tackle poverty, ensure peace, and promote prosperity. Jamaica shares the concern that globally only 17% of the SDG targets are on track. We are proud that our progress is further along domestically, and we fully support and are honored to co-lead the Secretary General's SDG Stimulus Leaders Group. International cooperation is urgently needed to drive sustained efforts to tackle structural and systemic issues that contain access to development finance. Through our collective advocacy, we aim to elevate the global agenda to ensure that no one is left behind. We call upon wealthier countries and the IFIs to partner with developing countries and to redouble their efforts to create and implement innovative strategies to unlock financing and spur investments towards attaining the SDGs. The upcoming 4th International Conference on Financing for Development presents an opportunity to commit to tangible deliverables to address the current financing challenges. These include impactful, practical, and meaningful reform of the international financial architecture, to strengthen the voice and representation of developing countries in international decision-making, and to substantially improve the quantity, accessibility, and affordability of financing for development. Mr. President, this brings me to the Summit of the Future. The adoption of the Pact for the Future, the Declaration on Future Generations, and the Global Digital Compact signaled renewed hope in multilateralism. The consensus demonstrated by our collective resolve to deliver inclusive and durable solutions to current and emerging global challenges brings new hope. With foresight, political will, and joint action, we can deliver a better world for future generations. Jamaica commends the work of Namibia and Germany in their facilitation of the Pact, and we were honored to have co-facilitated, together with the Kingdom of the Netherlands, the Declaration on Future Generations. Mr. President, Jamaica believes that in leveraging multilateralism to advance sustainable development, human rights, and international peace and security to deliver results for all the peoples of the world. No country or region should be excluded from the opportunities to attain the SDGs. Jamaica therefore joins the call for the discontinuation of the crippling economic, commercial, and financial embargo against our closest Caribbean neighbor, Cuba. We further call for a cessation of the classification of Cuba as a state sponsor of terrorism. These measures continue to have a devastating impact on the economic and social well-being of the people of Cuba and preclude progress towards their attainment of the SDGs. Mr. President, Jamaica also once again condemns the brutal October 7 attacks in Israel and the devastating counterattacks in the Palestinian territories. The undeniable human crisis and instability compel all parties to resolve the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. We commend the United States, Qatar, Jordan, Egypt, and others who are making concerted efforts towards a peaceful resolution. We continue to support the United Nations Security Council Resolution 242 and believe that a two-state solution is the best way to achieve lasting peace between Israel and Palestine. It is in this context that Jamaica has recognized the state of Palestine, and we call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages to bring an end to the protracted war and human suffering. Mr. President, much closer to home, Haiti continues to face one of the most challenging periods in its storied history. Rampant gangs are causing chronic instability and unspeakable violence, especially against women and children. Millions of Haitians are facing hunger and dislocation. They need and deserve the unwavering support of the international community to restore peace, security, and democracy, and to address the devastating humanitarian crisis. Jamaica will continue to play its part, including through CARICOM and the Eminent Persons Group, in supporting the political process in Haiti. Significant progress has already been made, particularly since the Kingston talks convened by CARICOM in Jamaica in March of this year. We welcome the installation of the Transitional Presidential Council, the appointment of an interim Prime Minister and Ministerial Cabinet, and the finalization of the Provisional Electoral Council. The multinational security support mission is critical to the restoration of peace and security in Haiti. We reiterate our gratitude to the government of Kenya for its leadership of and commitment to the MSS. We're pleased to confirm that on the 12th of September, Jamaica deployed its initial command contingent along with Belize as part of the MSS. We are committed to scaling up our numbers. But we also call on the international community to contribute more personnel and equipment. Restoration of peace and security is critical to the creation of an environment in which free and fair
People like up the live,
elections
people.
The establishment of democratic governance is critical for sustainable economic growth and development for Haiti. Mr. President, since the deployment of the MSS, we have seen improvements in the situation and have reason for cautious optimism. More is needed, however, and time is not on Haiti's side. It is critical that we preserve and advance gains made. It is critical that we maintain hope and stability. We therefore urge the Security Council to renew the mandate of the MSS and to consider future transition to a peacekeeping framework to guarantee funding. We also call for continued and increased support from member states, including financial contributions to the Trust Fund. This is needed for deployment of additional personnel to support the HNP as they recover communities from criminal gangs. Mr. President, we further call on the international community to significantly increase contributions to the humanitarian response plan for Haiti, which remains underfunded at 39% of target. Support to BNU must also be ramped up so that displaced families can be fed and provided with critical health care, and children can return to the classrooms to resume their education. Jamaica will continue to do what we are able. We will support our sister CARICOM nation in the effort to restore peace, security, and stability in Haiti and, by extension, the region. As Mr. President, Jamaica is seeking to comprehensively address the issue of gangs, crime, and violence in our own society, fully recognizing the compounding impact of transnational crime, including illicit trafficking in drugs, arms, and ammunition. We've embarked on a mission of transforming and strengthening our security forces and agencies while preserving human rights, increasing operational efficiency, and delivering high-quality policing services to the public. We have made significant improvements to the working conditions of our policemen and women, and the National Police College of Jamaica has now received the highest international accreditation for curriculum and quality of training. We continue to expand CCT networks in collaboration with our stakeholders, have increased mobility and introduced new equipment and technology, including forensics. We've also introduced new community policing models. The government is also undertaking social interventions in vulnerable communities. We've trained and certified approximately 40,000 at-risk youth and enrolled approximately 81,000 parents in parenting programs. We're also working closely with the private sector and NGOs to expand social services in vulnerable communities. On transnational organized crime, Jamaica has made substantial investments in advanced coastal radar systems and acquisition of offshore patrol vessels. We're also increasing the use of technology in securing our ports. Mr. President, as a result of these initiatives, major crimes have consistently declined to the lowest levels in 25 years.
Where?
So
in Jamaica?
This year, there's been a 17% decline in homicides over last year. Jamaica is a safer place to live, work, raise families.
Hey, I like your speech, but I don't like that one there,
We
Kamina
recognize
Johnson.
that continued bilateral, regional, and multilateral cooperation, especially in the areas of training, intelligence sharing, and joint operations, is vital if we are to comprehensively and sustainably continue to reduce crime and violence. And in this regard, while we appreciate steps taken, we reiterate our call for more concrete action from bilateral partners to stem the illicit flow of small arms and ammunition from their ports. We welcome the
True.
recent outcome of the RevCon 4 on small arms and light weapons. More particularly, we welcome the emphasis placed on technical assistance and capacity building, customs control, emerging technologies, and through-life conventional ammunition management. These are all critically relevant matters to ultimately turning around crime-ridden inner-city communities into peaceful and prosperous ones. Mr. President, cybercrime is a major threat to citizen security and an obstacle to sustained economic development. International cooperation is necessary to address the matter of cybercrime. Jamaica actively participated in the negotiations together with our fellow CARICOM partners on the United Nations Convention on Cybercrime. We therefore look forward to the adoption of the convention by the General Assembly and look forward to future engagements within the framework of this instrument. In closing, Mr. President, Jamaica has taken difficult decisions and has taken responsibility for our economic future. We've demonstrated that we are able to positively impact our own outcomes and redefine our future. We continue to believe not only in our own resolve, but also in the power of multilateralism and international cooperation to overcome shared global challenges. The people of the world are counting on these United Nations and the international community to deliver on climate, on human rights, on peace and security, and on development. With that support, Jamaica is committed to doing our part to meet the challenges of today while laying a solid foundation for future generations. I thank you.
Powerful message, Kamina Johnson Simmet, Jamaica Foreign Minister.
I thank the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of
Kamina
Jamaica.
Johnson, powerful message. All right, so people, we're telling about the JDF soldier killed by an ex-police officer. The police officer now arrested, but are yet to be charged for his death. All right, so I have one more thing. I have one more thing out there. You understand? Oh yeah, bro God, enough respect, bro God. Yeah, man, nah, bash bro God today. So Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, big up yourself anyway there. You understand? Although we still talk about the money. But yeah, the Prime Minister Andrew Holness sent out his deepest condolences to Mark Golding's mom. Mark Golding's mom, she passed away. Lady Patricia Golding. And Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, on behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica, I extend my heartfelt condolences to Mark Golding and his family and the passing of his beloved mother, Lady Patricia Golding. So the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, big up yourself, and I'm glad that you put your differences aside and you send out your condolences to the family. So I'm just make the people them say, Mr. Golding. Mr. Golding sent out him condolences to, Andrew sent out him condolences to Mark Golding's mom. She passed away. And, them say Mark Golding are Jamaican, but Jamaica have white people too. So, I don't like people are racist. We have white, we have black, we have Chinese. And our motto is out of many one people. And Mark Golding, he was born in Jamaica. His parents from the UK. Not because the color of his skin is different from us. You understand? It's the same thing in the United States here. You understand? A lot of Americans feel they have more power than some. You understand? But God bless Jamaica. You understand? God bless the United States. So people, I go back on the topic there before I come off of the live, yeah. So yeah, the soldier was killed in Denham Town, Kingston, last month. And after he was killed, audio and message going out saying that he was killed over a girl and he was getting threatened and all these things in the community that he was patrolling and guarding at the time of his demise. But then when I heard the voice note came out minutes after he was killed, I said, no, that's a red flag. It's suspicious. Because if they took the soldier life out like that, why would these guys release a voice note so quick? The investigation even begin yet. So why would these guys want to release voice note knowing that they just killed a soldier and it's not a police, and when soldier come for them and not normal? But when the incident occurred, my thing was that he was killed by one of his own colleagues. And you know why I said that? He was killed at close range, point blank. And secondly, why out of the group he was the only one that was shot? None of his other colleagues were shot. Not one of them. He was the only one that was shot, and he had shot multiple times, and he was shot in the head. We not have marksman, gunman at Jamaica. You know? Yes, we do. But the fact of the matter is that how come they were responding to, we're going to use the word disturbance, and he was shot, and none of his other colleagues were shot? What you want to tell me? Say, then get up? Or that you tell me, say, no, man. Them take out the young youth, the promising youth. And every day me watch him video, see him way, see there. Them take out the promising soldier. These corrupt and heartless, dirty, criminal police officer we have in our force in Jamaica Conservative Force. Because we have good police, but we have some junker in our force. Some corrupt police officers. Some of them will come out as some, what you call it now? Them come out of some place, me don't even know what to call it, because me not got this no area, because every Jamaican, all of we are one. No matter where you come from, you understand? Where you come from, the ghetto, you come from the city, you come from the country. The whole of we are one. But when this little promised young youth go out there to serve him country, and he was killed by a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, it tells you that you cannot trust no one. You understand? Because if this young man had known that his life was gonna cut short, maybe you wouldn't even turn up at work. Maybe not just call out a sick or something. But when you see this local youth, promising youth, and then tell a bag of lie, oh, him dead by that and him dead by this. May his soul rest in peace. God be with your family, young man. But as we say, I expect more person to be arrested. I expect that coming soon. More person will be arrested. And maybe charges will be slapped against them. Because if it go the way all them say, he was killed while responding to something or something. And 6 of them are respond to the one call. And when them are respond to the call, he was shot. So the person who killed him never knows, so they will do forensic report. They will take picture of crime scene. They will swap them gun and all these things. To know if he was killed by person who them say when killed by. You understand? Bad boys in the damn town. That's what them say. He was killed by persons in the area. Because what them a try to turn up the community. Them a try to good on them now if go kill innocent youth. So them say the youth was killed by a man from the community. You see we have some dirty police in the force. You see we have some junker in the force. Me love police and respect police, you understand? But me not like dirty cop. Me not like it. Me not like liar and me not like thief. Alright. The young man go out, to serve and protect our country. Jamaica land we love. He may not have to take up that job there. But him choose to be a soldier to represent our nation. And his life was cut short by his own. And when I did this news on this young man, I said he died under certain circumstances. But now we have the fact he was killed by an ex-police officer. He was murdered by a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now he's arrested. If this young man had known, that's why I'm telling you, people, you not go out on the need for pray. Remember to ask God for guidance, ask God for protection, ask God to expose the enemies around you, ask God to open your eyes to see every attack that come in your way. because you have spiritual wickedness in high and low places. Some people laugh with you, them no mean you no good. Some people grin with you, and them a plan for take your life. Some people laugh with you, and them a plan for poison you. So remember to ask God to cover you each day, each night, whenever you're going anywhere. Wherever you work, ask God to protect you. Because if this young man had known that he was going to cut short so quick, and the mothers out there that have them young man in the police force and the JDF and even security, even at the correctional facility, cover your children. Cover them. Because sometimes some demon they around them, but them can't sense the demon. Sometimes some demon they in them circle, but them can't feel the demon. Because them not have that spiritual gift. You understand? So, God, may his soul rest in peace. You understand? This is a promising young man. This young man went out there to serve and to protect and to reassure. And he was out there in the street late at night when he was taken out by his own colleagues. Not by a member of the JDF, but by a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So what kind of bad mind could I find that the dirty police say, why him take out the promising young youth? Eh? So now we have to have some proper investigation, when people dead. We need to call in some good forensic report specialists to do some good forensic work, because sometimes they say people they killed by other unknown assailant. Sometimes I don't see them police kill them. You understand? Take out the innocent youth life. And you see the mother, enough love to your mommy, enough love, enough respect to you. You understand? Because you never believe what the police them say. You never believe a statement and the report that they gave. And you stood your ground. You trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. And God exposed the enemy. God exposed the corrupt cop. Just pray. Because the more you give Almighty God the praises, the more the praises goes up, deliverance come down. And since the day this guy was killed, I've been praying and I've been asking God to expose the snake. And now the snake has been exposed. Who could it be but Almighty God? I don't trust no one. Not one. Not one. I don't trust people. Because the way them crook up the report and crook up the statement and crook up everything, it make it look like say somebody in a Denham town kill the youth. And them fire a barrage a gunshot. And you remember when a soldier them we get training. So all them engage gunman in a shootout. And none of the gunman was shot. And them have high-power rifle. Them have high-power rifle. So all them engage the gunman in a shootout. And none of the gunman was shot. And them a carry high-power rifle. And like them a carry 9mm, or 138, Them a carry big machine gun, rifle. When they open shot, and more than one. The way them a come out, you can't, hey, me I tell you, you see them look a dirty liar, corrupt cop there. Them need, Andrew Olness, see me I say, bro God, you see the policeman that killed the soldier? I want him get the death penalty. I am calling for him to get the death penalty, not life sentence, the death penalty. We have to set an example. We have to show them, say, them need to respect them colleagues. You understand? Them not to do them heartless act. Them not to do them thing. Yeah. So Andrew Wellness, and I don't even know if Paula Llewellyn is still the DPP or if it's a different DPP, because me say our time went done. But Sister Paula, if you are still the DPP, may I ask you for call for the death penalty for this police officer suspected of murdering this soldier. Call for the death penalty. Because this youth should have been here today with us, helping his mom. I mean, do anything for your mother. You understand? Be mother bread basket. Help him mother. Because, maybe a mother only son. You understand? Maybe mother can't even have no more children. And them take out the promising young man. We fi be there for your mother for even, God forbid, but for even bury your mother if your mother do pass away. But you see, God now sleep in the Bible says, see the sow, so shall you reap, you understand? So, people, I just give the Jamaica Constabulary Force enough respect and them hard work. And big up to them. And the bad them in the force. I hope Kevin Blake find them and pick them out and throw them out. You understand? Get rid of them because respect our Jamaica Constable Force. Respect the man and woman that serve in the Jamaica Constable Force, that go out there night and day to protect and to reassure. And those that are doing an honest job, those that are doing their job to the best of their ability to make sure the Jamaican people kept safe at all time. You understand? We respect you. We salute you. We honor you. Understand? And we give you the highest respect. You understand? But for those ones that go in the force to make the force look bad, you understand, wearing that badge, bringing that gun, that handcuff, you understand, and bringing disgrace upon the force. You need to go. You need to go right now too. You understand? Because this young man should have been here. Promising young man. And his life was cut short by a police officer. See him there. See him there. We bring the news, man. We bring the news last month. Him this man. Him this. Promising young man. Girls man. People's person. Well respected by elderly, young, and in own age group. His life was taken out by a police officer who is there to serve and to protect and to reassure. You understand? Now, this case reminds me of the judge that was killed a couple days ago in Kentucky. The district judge that was killed in Kentucky. You understand? He was killed by a sheriff officer that attached to the same courthouse. He was shot in the chamber multiple times because it's understand that the police officer have a case where him no want the woman fi go jail, but true he no want the woman go jail, him fuck off the woman, frig off the woman. You understand? And when he do that now, him go so back now and the judge a keep him court, yeah, and him want go chat to the judge in a private, and the man can't wait, and the man open fire upon the judge in the chamber. You understand? Shot him multiple times. Good judge, well respect. The judge not send people a lock up. The judge talk to your counsel you and send home you. You understand? Now you be a changed person because you escape lock up. But his life was cut short just like this JDF soldier. Good youth. Them say good people never last long still. You understand? Unless you have the anointing. Unless you're well discerned with the Holy Spirit. You understand? Because we are living in a perilous time. And worse, bro God legalized Obia. You understand? May I tell you? Jamaica need Jesus right now. Jamaica need Jesus. The people of Jamaica need to start pray. You understand? We need to start pray. Because remember when I grew up in Jamaica, I mean, you used to hear churches a march in the towns and the communities and bands and drummer play and crusade and convention a keep and prayer go up, and you used to see some prayer mother come in your community walk and preach and prophesy and all these things. You never see, we used to have death, but not like now. You understand? It's like people don't respect lives no more. People don't respect even their own self no more. You understand? That if even make a thought, they want to take out you. You understand? And it is so sad. We need to live in a society where we not have to worry with self, yeah? We can walk any hours a night, yeah? I remember when I used to go police youth club, and so late 1 o'clock me I come from police youth club and me I walk a go home. Me not afraid. You understand? When me used to work at hotel, same thing. 2 o'clock me I walk on the road, me alone, and God. You understand? But now you can't do it. Because you have some heartless criminals out there. Some sick person, some person when you know God, you understand? Some person who will do anything just to get out here, you understand? And if you don't have what they want at the moment, then we take out you. Look on the pastor a couple days ago was preaching on the bus in Kingston, and he was the bus driver, the JUTC driver let him off, and he was burned alive. He was killed few minutes after by some thug in some community. You understand? So people be careful. Pray before you leave your house. Ask God for guide you. You understand? Ask God for protect you. Because the devil is everywhere. I know Jamaica alone bad now, over here bad too, you know. He ain't foreign bad too. Over America bad too. So no things are Jamaica alone bad. Yeah, because we have crime just like how Jamaica have crime. I just because I don't know see what go on, yeah? But a whole lot of people dead over here same way. Because in New York, the amount of Jamaican dead, you wonder if a Jamaica, them dead here go on. You understand? but I choose some of them when I hear about them. You understand? Yeah. All this a boy, yeah. Eh? This a boy who do the killing up a cocoa piece up a Clarendon. Eh? He might tell the judge say him sentence too much. Him get too much sentence. So him want him sentence reduce. Yeah? Oh Shane. Him say him sentence too ash. Lord Jesus. See, they come from the observer. This little murderer. That him they take out the family up a Clarendon. You know, he say a spirit cause him for do it. Eh? And right now you forget the death penalty, but you want a sentence reduced. You forget the death penalty. You not feel live. Cause you know no heart when you inflict wound to them little pitney there. You understand? Especially little baby. You know no heart. Eh? You forget the death penalty. You understand? But people, we're there and we're still up on the topic. And people see them the motorcyclist were kill. Yeah, him crash and him dead and him bike missing. You understand? I don't know if I somebody on it. I don't know. I don't know if I somebody on the scene thief the bike because you can't thief a crash bike. How you do with the bike or the bike bash up? The bike supposed to stay on the scene so the police come then can probe the scene, yeah? Then can conduct them investigation. But yo, man, I tell you, say some people they endeavor though they're dangerous. Man, I tell you, in a nice. Alright, so people, enough respect and thanks. Same way. Alright, people. The storm of 44 people dead so far in the US. 44 persons. I think McGill last night already. Yeah, so 44 people confirmed dead so far. And Florida mash up bad. Florida mash up bad. Georgia, about 20 something person die in Georgia near Atlanta. And North Carolina, yeah, I think they lost some lives. I'm not sure how much. And yeah, there's a lot of roads that have been washed away and bridges that have been washed away in Georgia. I mean in North Carolina, my bad. Yeah, so North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida and Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Yeah, they were all affected by this monster hurricane category 4. Elaine made landfall in Florida. But the capital of Florida, Tallahassee, it was hit bad as well. Tallahassee was hit real bad, I'm telling you. So we are safe up here. We are safe up north. So just giving God thanks, you understand? But yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and we're telling what I go on. But yeah, 44 people confirmed dead in the hurricane. And many other cities still getting rain from the hurricane. A lot of other cities still getting rain, you understand? I'm trying to pick up something right here. Alright. Alright, so they're still searching for persons in Florida. They're still searching for persons in Atlanta, Georgia. That is still missing because there's a lot of flood and landslide. And they're still searching for persons in North Carolina. So the rescue team is still out there, you understand? And nearly 4 million Americans are in the dark. 4 million Americans are in the dark at the moment. So these states that have been affected by the hurricane, they get help from other states to help put back their electricity. You understand? Because this hurricane passed through several states and hundreds of cities. The hurricane was 500 miles wide. So it covered the entire Florida, the state of Florida. Yeah, especially the outer band. It went all the way over into Alabama. You understand? And coming up, it covered North Carolina, South Carolina first, South Carolina and Georgia because they are border state. So when it covers South Carolina and Georgia, it passed through those two states and it covered Tennessee, where I live, and North Carolina before it died out. But reaching into Cleveland, Ohio, they got a lot of rain from it. You understand? So this hurricane is very powerful because normally when a hurricane hit Florida and heading to Georgia, it would normally approach Georgia as a tropical storm or tropical depression. But this one did not. It approached Atlanta, Georgia as a category 2 hurricane. And why? because the speed that the hurricane was traveling with, it was, I think, 35 mile per hour or something like that. If the hurricane maybe was traveling with like wind speed about 8 or 10 mile an hour, maybe after hitting Florida, it would die out to a tropical storm before it reached into Georgia. Because driving from, for example, Daytona Beach in Florida to Georgia, it would take you like about 2 hours to get into Georgia by crossing out of Florida. You understand? So, yeah, the hurricane is very bad. And my prayers are with the family that lost their loved ones. You understand? And all those affected, I hope they get back light and water very soon. But this one slammed into Florida as a category 4. And then it move up north. You understand? Leaving roads and home destroy businesses underwater. You understand? A lot of bridges washed away, roads damaged, thousands of roads damaged. You understand? Hospitals in dark. You understand? Homes in dark. You understand? But the first responder, they are doing their good job, and they lost one. They lost one first responder in Atlanta, Georgia. He died when he went to rescue a woman. Yeah. So my condolences to the family of that first responder that died in the hurricane in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, people, thanks for watching. You understand? Do remember to like, share, and subscribe, and do remember to hit that notification bell. So in the next video drop, you'll be the first to notify. It was a pleasure having all of you here that participate tonight. God bless you. God be with you. God guide and protect you. Watch over you. You understand? And let the enemy become your footstool. Have a blessed night, each and